Hey guys, welcome to my brother's ballot. It is your boy Poe Theory. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. All right. So I was watching News Night last night, and of course, everyone is talking about the New York City election that is happening today. Essentially, Zohran versus Andrew Cuomo, and Abby Phillips and her News Night panel was talking about it. We got Scott on there, so you already know it's going to be a doozy. Let's get into it.
Election day is now just a few hours away, and in the race for New York City mayor, President Trump and his ex-BFF, Elon Musk, they are standing together tonight behind Andrew Cuomo. In a post on social media, Trump said, whether you like Cuomo or not, you really have no choice but to vote for him. And here's how Mamdani responded tonight on CNN.
We're seeing the two twin architects of this second term of Donald Trump's presidency in the president himself and Elon Musk saying clearly to New Yorkers that their candidate is Andrew Cuomo. And they've picked Andrew Cuomo because they know that he will be the puppet that they want right here in New York City.
David, you are headed to New York tomorrow.
1,000%. Zohran is 1,000% correct. Again, I say this all the time, and you will hear this as a common thread throughout my videos. Pay attention to who your bedfellows are. Pay attention to who hates who. Pay attention to who likes who. If you are against every single thing that Trump stands for, and you are on the left, and you have somehow fallen, and when I say on the left, I mean Democratic establishment voters. I don't actually mean the left. If you have fallen for the propaganda to think that Zohran is an anti-Semite or he was applauding 9/11, if you believe that, pay attention to who's telling you that. If you think Trump is an existential crisis, but somehow you think he's right on this, I promise you he's wrong. There's a reason they don't want you to have Zohran, because they don't want you to know how well government can work for you.
David, you are headed to New York tomorrow. How helpful is this going to be to Andrew Cuomo to have Trump and Musk behind him?
To Andrew Cuomo, yeah. I think he has done plenty of work himself to dig the hole deep enough that it's pretty obvious he's not going to win. You know, for Zohran's campaign, My Group Leaders We Deserve was the largest contributor to the independent expenditure in support of him spending $300,000 in support. And what I think, while there's a lot of debates going on right now in our party about do we go left, do we go to the right, do we go to the center, there is a lot to be learned from this race, not necessarily about policy, no other city is like New York City, but a lot about the power of listening. One of the things that Zohran did in this race is he went to voters and asked them, what do you want to see in your mayor? And listened to them and had a clear message around affordability. And whether it's the governor's race in Virginia, the governor's race in New Jersey, or the mayoral race in New York or other races around the country, there's a clear through line, even if some of them are more moderate or more to the left, of talking about affordability and not just saying, oh, we need to lower prices, but saying what they're actually going to do on it. And it's a clear sign, in my view, that there's real generational change coming in our party. Because the whole thing we didn't talk about when it was about Trump versus Biden is that the reason why we even have to debate that is because of how damn old they are.
Well, do you think that there's some truth to what he's saying, Penny? The idea that, Republicans have been saying, oh, he's a socialist, as if that was going to be enough to stop Mamdani. But really what voters are responding to is what Mamdani is saying. Are Republicans misunderstanding what's happening here?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think he is a shiny object. I think he's a good politician. And he is up against a former governor who left on a horrible note because of his behavior. And he has that horrific record of people dying during COVID and what he did in nursing homes. I was just recently with someone whose parents died because.
Now, to be fair, I am not a Cuomo apologist at all. Everything she said about him is 100% true, but everything that she said about him is 1,000% true and way worse with Trump. The way that these people can just have these blinders is just mind-blowing.
Parents died because of that. And so I don't know why that was the best candidate, that actually could come forward. And by the way, there's only 16% of voters are Republicans in New York City, so let's not get confused here. But the question is though, I mean, it's only 25% of people maybe will be voting. That's a low turnout vote because there's no big races other than the mayoral. But the question is, is the party going to become more like Mamdani? Is that going to be the future of the Democratic Party?
What
Is it?
Well, first, let me say at this point, I mean, with Trump's endorsement and Elon's endorsement, I mean, Cuomo might as well get the penguin. Mamdani's going to win the race. He's going to be mayor. He ran a brilliant campaign. He's a brilliant messenger. And yeah, he copied a little bit of what Trump did. Simplified the messaging, repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And he ran brilliant ads, and he's going to win. Now, whether that's exportable to other places, listen, I don't think so. I think there's places like Chicago and Portland, Seattle, you can create it. It's hard to find a good candidate, right? A good messenger. Like how many AOCs are out there, right? When you're talking about someone who can message. But look, when you're talking about the suburbs, no,
Which there was a quick sleight of hand there that he just did. He said, would the messaging work? Yes, the messaging can work in Chicago. Yes, the messaging can work in Portland. Essentially saying that the messaging can work in these big cities. But then he quickly pivots to, but I don't think it can work anywhere else. You know, I mean, not everywhere has these fancy, great politicians like an AOC. Yes, there was a perfect message between Zohran's agenda and how he is as a politician, because he is a once in a lifetime level type of politician. But at the end of the day, no matter where you go, affordability is on the ballot, no matter where you go. So it would work anywhere if Democrats would push it, but they are afraid to. And they are afraid to put up certain politicians that can be like an AOC, that can be like a Mamdani. People like Jared Moskowitz just want to continue the status quo.
Mamdani is not going to win in Boca Raton.
Quick 30 seconds, Scott.
Yeah, look, he's probably going to win. I mean, it's a Democrat town, and they're going to elect a socialist to run the financial capital of the world. I mean, you gave him $300 grand. That's interesting. That's probably the only 300 non-Islamo-Marxist grand that he got. I saw Linda Sarsour today bragging about all the money that's coming from all over the world. And so
for their elections in New York.
Look.
And honestly,
Cuomo
I think part of the reason he's so powerful is because people are tired of being lectured by men with Rolexes on CNN about affordability in this country. That's the real reason he is resonating right now. Because he has a clear message that actually says, this is what I plan to do. And the party, I don't think this is about going to the left or the right, to be honest with you. Do I agree with Zohran much more than a lot of other Democrats in our party? Certainly. But I think we need to meet voters where they're at in their districts. In some districts, that's going to mean
But you want a socialist future for your
Bars. America is tired of rich, privileged men with a Rolex on trying to tell you about affordability. Bars. Thank you, David Hogg. And unfortunately, he was ousted out of the DNC because, of course, he was really trying to shake things up, and they kicked him out because, again, the Democrats want to continue the status quo.
Some districts, that's going to mean the
But you want a socialist future for your party.
I want a future where everybody has health care and people can afford a good life.
All right, we're going to leave it there, everyone. Thank you very much.
America has done such a great job in propagandizing certain terms, communist, socialist, and they have made them such dirty words that when people hear them, they immediately say, oh, we don't want that. When a lot of times people don't even know what it is. So I love what David Hogg just did there, where he said, when Scott asked him, you would like a socialist future for your party. And David Hogg says, no, I actually would just like people to have health care and be able to take care of themselves and live a life of value. And they have no response to that. They don't want you to explicitly say what the platform is because they'd rather just continue with the messaging of propaganda, socialist bad, communist bad. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. It's your boy Poe Theory on My Brother's Ballot, and we are out. Peace.